All right, well, good morning. Thank you all for coming. I'm Denver Police Chief Ron Thomas, and I'll be providing an initial briefing on a critical incident officer-involved shooting that occurred about 4:20 this morning in the area of Evans and Warren, which is just behind me. What I understand at this time is that officers had responded to a call that came in about 4:03 of shots fired. Shortly after that, there was another call that came in of a domestic violence incident. Officers were on scene investigating those two calls and saw a woman coming toward them from the apartment complex. Shortly after that, they saw a male coming toward them. When the male saw the officers, he then began to turn and run the other direction. The officers pursued that individual on foot. Ultimately were able to contain that individual. A struggle ensued to control that individual. During that pretty lengthy struggle, the individual produced a handgun in his right hand. There was then a struggle to contain the firearm. During that struggle, one officer did fire one shot, striking the individual. The individual did go down, and an ambulance was called immediately that came and transported that individual to Denver Health Medical Center, where they were ultimately pronounced deceased. As you can see, we have started our officer-involved shooting protocol. So investigators from the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, our Denver Police Homicide Unit, and the State Patrol will be conducting a joint investigation under the oversight of the Office of the Independent Monitor. The results of that investigation will ultimately be turned over to the district attorney for their review. And I think probably the most important detail to share is that none of our officers were hurt.
As far as the original domestic violence call, any more details on that? Was it the woman who called herself?
So we believe, we don't know, because the woman that we saw coming towards us, we have not been able to find. We have found witnesses of the domestic violence, so we believe that these two individuals were the ones that were involved in this particular domestic violence incident, but we've not yet been able to contact the female.
So you're unsure if the woman that was walking towards you is the one who potentially...
I mean, we haven't confirmed that, but that's what we believe.
Chief, so the reason officers pursued that man was because he started running away from officers?
That's correct. I mean, they believe that he was the one involved in the domestic violence incident.
You talked about an apartment complex. Can you kind of give us an idea of...
Yeah, so 4901 Donald is the address of the apartment. Donald, D-O-N-A-L-D, is the address of the complex, and that's the location where both the initial shots fired call came out at, I believe, 4:03, and then the domestic violence call came out at about 4:12.
So this is really the end of the pursuit down here.
Correct.
The
So
school is uninvolved completely.
School is completely uninvolved.
Was it in
So
the street kind of area?
no, it's actually kind of a lot that's just beyond the street there.
Any impact to the school? Obviously, I know.
No, I mean, we initially thought that maybe we wanted to divert, entry into the school because of the crime scene, but we believe that it is secured far enough away that we can allow the school to operate normally.
Age or any other details of the suspect right now?
The suspect is an adult Hispanic male.
Say it again.
Adult Hispanic male.
Do you know who called in the shots fired at 403? Was it the woman or someone in the neighborhood?
We don't. We will ultimately determine that.
And sorry, just for clarification, it's the best you guys know for now is that you think the two of them were involved in the DV situation.
We believe so, yes.
And that would be described like a victim in that situation, him as a suspect in that situation.
Very likely.
Okay, that's kind of what you're operating off of right
Yes.
now. Okay.
And that suspect, you think is involved in the first shooting call too?
Oh, we don't know. We don't know. We just know that we were initially on scene because of the shots fired call, and then very shortly after that, it was when the domestic violence call came in.
And no sign of her since?
No.
Any indication that she might be hurt?
No, the officers weren't able to determine whether or not she was hurt.
As far as the shots fired call, was any, like, the complex or anything put on, like, a shelter in place, or was there any sort of response there initially, other than...
No, we were not able to determine any evidence of shots fired or anything like that, so there was really no reason to put any particular portion of that complex on lockdown or anything like that.
And you again said no traffic disruption that you anticipated
here.
No.
So is the road blocked off up there, or is that just like moving into the lot that's blocked off? Like, are people gonna be able to come back and forth through this street?
Yeah, so you can turn left at the stop sign, and I think just
Gotcha.
beyond that is where they're blocked off.
I haven't walked up there yet, so I didn't
yeah.
get a good eye on
Yeah.
it yet. Okay.
Okay.
So we should not say that these two calls are related, or
No, I think the fairest thing to say is that they came in very shortly after one another at the very same location, but we're unsure if they were tied.
Do you have shot spotter in this area?
No, we do
Detect
not.
any, shot spotter?
We don't.
One officer, one shot fired.
Correct. I believe 3 officers on scene at the time of the shooting, but only 1 officer fired.
So for the officer who fired, administrative leave, and how long?
They
have been
will
with
be. I believe they've only been on the job a short period of time. Obviously, when we do our more in-depth briefing, we'll provide all that detail. But he will be going through our reintegration process.
and when you say the suspect produced a gun, any more details on if he had it in his hand,
He
waistband?
had it in his hand. There was a struggle to gain control of that
Did
gun.
he point it at officers?
I'm sure at points in time during the struggle, it was pointed at officers. So there was a significant threat. The individual had his hand on the gun in a manner with which he could fire, and there was a struggle over possession of that gun.
I don't know if you know this. You were talking early on about how the woman kind of approaches officers and the man approaches officers, then he takes off. Did it look like they were, I don't know if you know, like coming to you for help, or like, oh, we saw the police and we took off?
So I think the assumption that the officers were operating under is that the woman was coming to them for help, and then they saw him,
Behind her.
I think, pursuing her, and then he sort of
Got it.
turned and went the other direction.
Got it.
You don't know what kind of handgun the suspect had, do you?
Revolver.
That gun's been recovered.
It has been, yes.
Any idea how long you guys will be out here?
I would imagine at least a couple more hours. Obviously there's a number of investigators are out here collecting evidence, trying to identify further witnesses and things like that. So, but there will be no impact to the school. So we've already been in contact with the school system, and they'll be able to operate normally.
And so then these businesses obviously not involved.
No, not at all. That's correct.
Just one scene, right? You have a scene at the apartment complex?
No,
so
just
right
just
here.
the one who's seen it. So, thank you.